Welcome to the Daily Dish. I'm Shay Pausa. Today in Health and Wellness, sleep. If you're tossing and turning at night, you're definitely not alone. Millions of Americans suffer from sleep deprivation. And unfortunately, with many Americans stressing over the economy and its effect in our lives, that number is increasing. The good news is sleep disorders can easily be diagnosed and effectively treated, but we can't let it go. Joining me today is sleep expert Dr. Richard Bogan and one of his patients.
Hi, Shay.
Hey, Shay.
Doctor, how many people are suffering from sleep disorders?
Well, a lot. It is said that a third of us are sleepy, a third can't sleep, and over half of us are tired. And of course, we're interested in obstructive sleep apnea. Obstructive sleep apnea represents one of the most common sleep disorders that's out there. And over 18 million patients have obstructive sleep apnea. We currently are only treating 18% of those individuals, actually less, 18% of the males, women probably half of that.
And how does someone know if they have sleep apnea?
Well, typically these individuals will snore. They'll snore heavily, and the snoring intensity is greater than the spoken voice. And these individuals, unfortunately, they don't know that they have it. When you're asleep, you're amnestic, so you don't know that you snore, you don't know that you stop breathing while you're asleep. But the next day, you notice something's not right. You have fatigue and excessive sleepiness during the day. And these patients can develop medical problems as well. So oftentimes they have hypertension, and over years, it can cause heart disease or strokes. It can worsen diabetes. But the main thing is that these individuals have excessive sleepiness, impairment of what I would call executive function during the day. They can't focus, they can't concentrate. We actually use a tool called the Epworth Score, and I can explain that for you if you'd like.
Yes, please tell us about that.
Yes, the Epworth Score is a scale. It's just very simple, 8 questions. It allows one to quantify the degree of sleepiness. So if I tell you I'm sleepy, but if I can actually quantify it and you can deliver that information to your doctor, you can say, wow, you're really sleepy. I need to look into this as to why you have excessive sleepiness. So it's called the Epworth Score.
Now, let's assume we've been diagnosed with this. What are the treatments and how does that impact us?
Well, there are treatments, and there are several different. Of course, we like for patients to lose weight, though not all patients with sleep apnea are overweight, interestingly enough, and not all of them are males. So women have this as well, and Carol's with me today to talk about some of her symptoms. But the typical treatment is CPAP therapy. CPAP means continuous positive airway pressure, and it just delivers a little positive pressure. It's just air. It opens up the airway. Snoring is eliminated. Now it's easy to breathe. You no longer hold your breath. Oxygen levels come up. Sleep is better, and these individuals feel better. Of course, we need to treat patients long term, and most of our patients tell us that they feel much better the next day. They can think and focus. They're less sleepy, which is one of the most common symptoms. But importantly, many of these individuals still have residual sleepiness. And of course, this is why we're excited to introduce a new medicine, Nuvigil, which is now available to treat the excessive sleepiness of patients with sleep apnea who are on CPAP.
Carol, now you were diagnosed and started using one of those CPAP machines. Now tell us, what has changed since then? And then tell us a little bit about how this medication has impacted you.
Okay. Yeah, I did not, like everybody else, I did not think that I had sleep apnea. But on my husband's strong suggestion, I went to Dr. Bogan and had the test, and sure enough, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea. And so they put me on the CPAP machine right away, and I could immediately see a difference in the quality of my rest. But even with that, I was still very tired, and just by the afternoon, I would be dragging through all the different things I have to do. And so I went back and said, you know, this isn't working as well for me as it did for my husband, who had already been put on a CPAP machine. And I was thrilled when they told me that now there is something else they can do for me in addition to the CPAP.
Now, Dr. Bogan, tell us about this residual sleepiness.
Well, what we know is that patients with sleep apnea, many of those individuals still have residual sleepiness and the foggy feeling. So I tell the patients, be sure and talk to your doctor. Don't just start CPAP and take life as it gives you. Talk to them about your degree of sleepiness. Nuvigil is actually the R isomer, the pure form of modafinil, or Provigil. And it has the advantage of having a longer duration of action, so the patients take the medication one time in the morning, and it upregulates the awake circuits. It's not an amphetamine, but it upregulates the awake circuits so that these patients have improvement in their wakefulness throughout the day.
Where can people get more information?
Well, I would recommend the website Nuvigil, Nuvigil, nuvigil.com, and of course they can go to my website, sleepmed.md, and there are some other very good sites. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine and the National Sleep Foundation will have more information on sleep disorders. If individuals, the Epworth Score is there, so individuals want to know how sleepy they are and get some information to take with them when they see their doctor.
Thank you, Dr. Bogan, for this great information. And Carol, we are so happy for you that you can finally get the sleep you deserve and need.
So am I.
You can get more health and fitness information in our special Take the Gym With You section. You can find it under Feature Promotions right here on the She Knows homepage. Thanks for making us part of your day. I'm Shay Pausa. I'll see you next time.
Today's Daily Dish is brought to you by Reebok Easy Tone Shoes. With balance pods that work your leg and glute muscles with every step, Easy Tone lets you take the gym with you.
Thanks for watching She Knows TV. Look for more of the Daily Dish at sheknows.com.